Hello people of the internet. Well, from this month, which is January 2022, I have decided to do a monthly end of the month wrap up video, which will include, by the way, if I sound breathless it's because I have really hurt my back, which is actually my shoulder. I've pulled a ligament or something in my shoulder and I can't actually sit with my head straight, but I really want to record this video because I don't want to miss the first month. Now what it is the pain catches me and I go like that. So if you hear that, don't worry, I'm alright, I'm just in a bit of pain. So from this month I want to do a monthly video where I show all my completed pages, because I'm actually doing some colouring these days, and because I don't do a haul anymore because I'm on a no spend, part of my no spend was I am allowed to buy one book. So if I have bought a book or anything, I will include that in this end of the month end of the month video, which is basically anything I've bought, anything I've been given, anything that has left the house, and my completed colouring pages. I'm going to shuffle these up first of all, and I'm going to start with my haul. When I first started colouring again in sort of October 2020, a lot of people were colouring Hannah Lynn pictures, and there wasn't something that appealed to me initially because I'm not a sort of girly girl. I don't like dolly girls and all that kind of stuff. And in fact I didn't think I had any Hannah Lynn colouring books or pictures to colour, and it was at Christmas that I realised that I did. When I was doing the Christmas scavenger hunt, I realised that I think I picked the ugly sweater one out of this one, didn't I? Was it this one? There is definitely some Hannah Lynn in. There we go, I did, yeah, right. And I was like, to be quite honest, it's quite cute, that Hannah Lynn. I quite like it. I might colour it. Well, I didn't colour it at Christmas, and over the last month I've sort of been looking more at Hannah Lynn books. Now, as you know, I'm on a no spend and I'm being very, very good and very, very conscientious and very, very not just buying for the sake of it. But I had been taking an interest in Hannah Lynn pictures. I kind of regretted that I never had a chance to do any of her colourings at Christmas, and I watched a flip through of her various books, and one of the things that I don't like is most of her books have two of the same picture in it. So it's, you know, if it's 50 pages, it's 25 colourings times 2, and I always feel like you're getting half a book. But then I found there was one that had come out a while ago called well, I might as well show you, mightn't I? Mermaids, Fairies and Other Girls of Whimsy, which has got 50 fan favourites, and it has 50 individual pictures. So instead of just having 25 times 2, it has 50 different pictures. And it wasn't available on Amazon. It seemed to be one person selling it for second hand, which was £35, which is crazy money because they're only like £7-8 normally. But it was on eBay, and they were selling it on eBay. And I thought to myself, okay, got towards the end of the month. I think this was last weekend. Yeah, after Colour and Connect last weekend, I thought to myself, shall I buy it? Shall this be my considered purchase for January, my one book? And I thought, yes it will be. So my haul for January is this one book. Now this isn't the only colouring book that has come into my life in January. If you'd have seen some of my earlier videos, some lovely lady sent me some things, and what I did is I recorded the next bit when I was putting that stuff away, because obviously when you get stuff in, if you hold on to it for the end of the month video, it just sits around, you know, waiting to be put away, and I wanted to put it all on the shelves. So I've filmed the next bit that you will see, which is called What Came In and What Left. I filmed that earlier in the month, so that's a separate snippet. So I shall over to that bit now, which is what came in and what left this month. So this is my end of the month video where I show you what I coloured. One of the things that I wanted to include in this end of the month video was any books that I have received in January, and any books that have left in January. It's like the in and out of colouring books. So I will show you these books. Now you have already seen these These were given to me by Maureen, Cross Stitch Button. I did a video at the beginning, middle of the month-ish, which was called Kindness in the Colouring Community. Maureen sent me these. I've already showed those, so they were in this month. And then these 4 books were also in this month. These came from Sarah from Chronic Colouring Down Under. Again, you've seen these videos. I did the unboxing of them. So these 4 books came in. So I shall put those with those. And then also these 3 books came in. Again, all gifts from people in the colouring community. So in was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And out was this one. I actually bought this myself at the end of December with my gift voucher. And when it arrived, it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, these bits in between were going to be black. And I know I could probably colour them bits in between black myself. I can't even tell what they are. And I don't really want, if you can't tell what they are, I know you're supposed to just all do it one colour, but then it will just be, you might as well be doing a mandala, because at least a mandala's got, I can tell that's a giraffe because it's got its ears. But it's like, you can see the eyes there of that. But it'll all be one colour. I guess it will look like that. It's just not for me. So I've actually sent this one away. I didn't send it back to Amazon because it's not a lot of point. It will just go, just get destroyed. I have sent it to someone who I know will enjoy it. So that's one out. So the net is mine, is +8 for the for January. So +8 colouring books for January. Okay, so as you can see, I think I said at the end of that video it was a net of 8 books or 7 books. Well, obviously this one came in after that as well. So they're the books that I have got this month. And it's 3, 4, yeah, it's 8. Okay, so now we go on to my finished coloured pages, or pages I have coloured in January, which I'm quite sort of, this is only the second time that I have taken notice of what I've coloured in a month. I'm not sure I caught everything. I have been colouring quite a lot for me in January. I don't know why, I don't know where it started, but I just am sort of consciously colouring more. I nearly missed a book, and I've probably missed some others, but let's just show you anyway. I don't do anything exciting, so if you're expecting sort of like really fancy shading and all that lot, I'm just pleased to be able to show you anything, because usually I'm so busy I don't get a chance to colour. But anyway, this one, Winter Mandalas. I did this one when I was doing my colouring chat. What's it called? My plans for 2022. So I noticed on Instagram, when I showed this on Instagram, it didn't look like this 14 was coloured in, but they are. They're just a really light green. So yeah, I did this one. I did it on my colouring chat, which are my plans for 2022, which include my no spend rules and all that kind of stuff. So I did that one. And because we wasn't quite at the end of, we was at the end of Christmas, but it wasn't at the 6th of January yet, I did a couple of more Christmas colouring pages because I fancied it before I put my Christmas colouring books away. So I did this one, which is Santa flying through the sky. So I did that one. And I also did this one, which I really enjoyed this one. I used all pinks and purples. I think a little bit of it I changed the colours. The reason why I went straight into colouring this one, because some of my blue had merged over, but if I do that you won't see it. Yeah, so I did those 2 as well, and that was the end of my Christmas colouring, because it was the 7th of January after that. I then did, now I'd got this book out because I was doing the video where I go through all my colour Questopia books, and I realised that in this book there was a couple, 2 or 3 unfinished pages. Whips, that's it, that's what you guys call them, whips. So I finished my whips, and I did this one live on Colour and Connect, and I used all pastel. Hang on, deep breath as I take in the pain. pastel, my Ohuhu pastel colours. I did try to, when I did this originally, this part was already coloured in, and it had a little bit of attempt blending in it. So when I did the other pink bits, I had to sort of replicate a bit of pretend blending, which doesn't really work very well on these Amazon paper things. So I did that one. I also did this one, which I don't think was a whip. It wasn't started, it was just one that I just turned to and started colouring. So I finished that one. Zoom you out a bit so you can see it. And then this one, not sure if it was a whip, it might have been. I might have started colouring parts of it with watercolour markers, and then I sort of went over it and finished it. I'd have to go back and have a look at the Colour and Connect video. So I did 3 in that book. Oh, we should be keeping count, shouldn't we? There's 3 in this book. There was 2 in my Christmas book. And there was 1 in the Winter Mandalas. Is that right? And 3 in this one. So we're at 6. 6 so far. Okay, now then this one was sent to me, and before I put it away on the shelf, I thought, well, I'll have a go. Never had a go on one of these before. And I did this one, which is the tortoise. Now, one of the things that I don't like about the tortoise is the yellow. I think is just way too, I mean, I like this, he's quite subtle when he's got a purple and pink shell, but the yellows just feel too bright compared to the rest of the colours. So I'm actually probably going to go over those with a sort of, I don't know, a browny colour, dulling down a little bit. But yeah, this was my first ever go on a Belba family colouring book. I don't think I did any more in it. Right, let's take out me a little bit of paper. No, I didn't. Right, so we're at 6. Now we're at 7. We're at 7. Okay, then this was another one that I got out of my Colour Questopia stash. I was there on a Colour Questopia kit, and I did the toucans, the 2 toucans. And yeah, I think most of this I stayed the right colours, though I do think that I want to go over some of the grit. If this is supposed to be a tree, I'd quite like the tree to be all shades of browns rather than shades of green. It looks quite nice on the camera though, actually. I don't know whether it's supposed to be like that. No, it's supposed to be like that, yeah. And I didn't use the pure black for his beak. I used a very dark grey and a black to give it some kind of level of shading-ish, which is Colour Questopia. You're not really going to do shading. Then I did Mr. Tiger, which yeah, I quite liked. I changed again some of the colours. I think this was supposed to be all purple, but instead I did it more, you know, purple and green, flowery, and then quite like the background. Yeah, so I did him, Mr. Tiger, and then I also did Mr. Duck. Now, I definitely changed his colours. This is all the right colours. His tail was the same colour as the sea, so that's parts of it were the same colour as what the water was, and you really couldn't see it very well. And what was the other colour there? 15. I mean, let me just bring it up to my eyes so I can see. 16. Yeah, army green, neon green, and light green. And I didn't like the way you could barely see his tail. It just blended in with the sea. So I changed that. And I also changed his crest, because his crest, I think, was supposed to be pink. Let me have a look. 12. Medium green, yeah. His crest was supposed to be green, and I just thought there was going to be too much green. I wanted the duck to stand out, so I did the duck. And number 6 is black, and I don't think he should have an all black eye, so I left a part of it white. So that was, so was there 3 in that one? Yeah. I keep getting these bits of paper. Toucans, tiger, and duck. So we're at 10. Ooh. Next one I did was a penguin. I was sent this. I'm not going to keep it. So if you don't see this, or you haven't seen this in my what came in and what came out, it's because I was sent it, and it's really not my cup of tea at all. Because it is, oh, that stuck, didn't it? It is one of them ones where it's got the animals with patterns on them. And I really, really don't like the ones with animals with patterns on them. I like animals to So, I mean, you're not going to see a penguin with a, like that. So, I did colour this one, but this is not staying in my collection. So, yeah, that's why why you've not seen it in my coming in section. But it is one that I coloured. So, we're at 11. 11, how exciting. Okay, next one I did on the live stream. I certainly started it on the live stream last Saturday, and it is Fairies in Dreamland, and it is all done in glitter gel pens, apart from the fairy. It's fairy skin I always do in like matte colours, but the rest of it, she's all glittery. I mean, if you can't be glittery in Fairyland, where can you be glittery? So, oops, yeah, there's the book and there's the page. I think I've already got another one started, yeah. So I've got another one started to play with. So that was Fairies in Dreamland, picture number 12. Oh, I'm going to run out. Now, next is the book that I have just shown you that I hauled. I did, oops, my first ever Hannah Lynn picture, and I loved how it came out. I didn't think I'd like doing girly sort of dolly whatever it is pictures, but I really enjoyed it. It was like, I liked using a simple pinky palette and no one was throwing weird colours at it like they are. This paper in this book is extremely thin. Extremely thin. It's like drawing on tracing paper. But I did that this picture after work, and went then to do this picture the same night. 2 in one night. Now, interestingly, as I was doing this one, I realised this would look really good with a background done. And as much as I've never done any backgrounds, I would call this picture done. It's coloured, it's done. Oh, it's got a bit of glitter on it, which you're not going to be able to see, but I did her mermaidy tail with some glitter. And I think there's glitter on the wings of the hummingbirds and on her bikini sort of thingy. But when I finished it, I thought that could do with doing a background. So as much as I consider these two to be completed, most especially this one doesn't look like it needs a background to me. This one does. I think I'm going to revisit this one definitely and do the background on it. But then I also, in this book, there's always paper, I also did this one. Now, her face is a little bit patchy. I'm not sure whether you can see it. So I'm thinking about going over her face with pencils. And also up here, I did all of the green background in green pen, and it ran out just here. And I switched to another pen, which you can see was darker. So I've got a bit of a streak up there. So I might somehow blend that in with pencils as well. But her face, it came out streaky. So I went over it again, and it makes her look like she's very flushed. But yeah, so I went from doing my first Hannah Lynn picture ever to doing 3 Hannah Lynn pictures. So we're at 12. Oh, I was going to say we need to turn over. We can't turn over. So we're now at 15. And then my final picture, well, it's not quite, because I've got another one on the go, and today's only the, what is the date today? Can't move me back. It's I doubt I will now. I was going to say I might finish one more, but I doubt it. We're probably going to have to call it 16. Is the last one that I did is this, which is from a PDF. She's got a very fair skin. She has had her skin coloured in. You just can't see it very well because it's very pale skin. But yeah, this is from a PDF, so it's printed, and I printed it on nice-ish paper, and it was really nice to use nice-ish paper with alcohol markers. So I did this one, and again, this is another one that when I finished it, or you know how I would call finished, I realised it would be really, really nice to do the background. So I probably am going to revisit this one and do the background as well. So that's it. So 16 pages altogether, which for me, one every 2 days, is pretty good. Like I say, there is a mandala that I have almost, I was going to say almost finished. not quite. I mean, it's still a work in process. But I'm probably not going to, I was going to finish it today, but I probably won't now because of my back. I am literally, I'm laying in bed with a heat pack on my back, and I have got out of bed to film this, and I'm getting back in bed because I really don't want to not miss my first you know, monthly video where I show you what I've bought and what came into my life in the colouring world and what I coloured. So thanks very much for watching, and take care everyone. Bye.